All right, YouTube, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So we are going to be playing a Regulation H tournament, and it is a big one because it is the Grand Challenge, a huge online official tournament for Regulation H, and we are going to be playing in for at least a couple games. I'm going to be playing on a Saturday afternoon, so technically it's currently day 2. I haven't started my Grand Challenge games yet. I technically have up to 30. I'm not going to be playing all 30 in this video. Maybe like 5 to 10, or maybe I'll even do 15 if it feels like it's doable. But right now, decide, we need some Regulation H on this channel content wise, and thought like this is probably one of the best ways to do it. I'm going to be utilizing the team that ended up doing well at the Toronto Regional Championship, the final regional championship of Regulation H, before the switch to Regulation G. And we're going to be using the team that got top 4 at that Toronto Regional Championship, created by Chuppa and piloted to top 4, as well as Marcus Dion top 8 and Carson Converse. So let's see how well this is going to perform. And yeah, I haven't really experimented much in Regulation H, so we're gonna be trying out this team. I'm gonna break it down as usual, and then we're gonna get started and play some games. First up, we have the Psychic Seed Sneasler with the Unburden ability, which is able to give it double the speed boost when its item is consumed, and with the Psychic Terrain giving the Psychic Seed activation, it just gets an auto speed boost immediately. With the Dark Terra type, which is able to help out with powering up its Drill Chop so it can do more damage, especially into the Golden Go, as well as be immune to any Psychic type moves that are super effective against the Sneasler. With Close Combat, Dire Claw, Drill Chop, and Protect, and a simple EV spread of max attack and max speed with 4 defense. Across the board, Sneasler Indeedee Male is just such a strong combination because it's a really powerful combination of just be able to fire off some fast hits with the ability of the Expanding Force from the Male Indeedee that's able to do a lot of damage, followed up with the double up from the Sneasler. It's really hard to switch into both combinations of attacks from the Sneasler and the Indeedee. It's a very fast combination with the Choice Scarf on the Male Indeedee and the Psychic Seed Unburden. So it's really able to threaten a lot of teams for a really powerful offense, and you can't even use priority because of the Psychic Terrain blocking it. So really powerful attacks. The fighting plus the psychic coverage is really great to cover the dark types like the Kingambit and Cinnamore from the Expanding Force. And yes, it's just really powerful. Of course, we all know Sneasler in Regulation H, Dire Claw, how infamous it is and how powerful it is against like those fairies and Terra Fairies out there, and the Drill Chop again specifically to hit the Golden Goes especially. Across the board, Sneasler very powerful, very fast, very frail, but with that Psychic Seed actually takes special hits pretty decently, and Sneasler is just going to really just fire off some strong hits before they can even attack is the idea. Next Pokemon we have is the Choice Scarf Male Indeedee with the Psychic Surge, which summons the Psychic Terrain with the Terra Psychic type with Expanding Force, Terra Blast, Trick, and Protect. Now, Expanding Force in the Psychic Terrain, of course, makes it a spread move and powers up that Expanding Force even further. And you might be wondering, why is it the Terra Psychic type with the Terra Blast option? So the idea of Terra Blast on the Male Indeedee is because you have a normal typing on the Male Indeedee, so Terra Blast is actually already a same type attack bonus, so the Terra Blast is actually pretty strong. And then with the Terra Psychic type, you can also play around like some Wide Guard shenanigans, or if you just have to hit a Dark type first and then you need the Psychic type move after, you can then change it to that Psychic type move with the Terastallization. So that's the idea. Terra Blast is mainly as a way to hit like dark types, especially the Incineroars out there. Expanding Force, of course, really strong Psychic type move. Trick, which is able to be really nice because you can go for Trick against like more defensive Pokemon like Amoonguss and lock them into a move, and Protect. So you might be wondering why Protect, but against like Trick Room teams, you can go for Trick with the Indeedee, and then you'll be able to stall out the terrain or the Trick Room turns with the Protect option. So it's a way to help out against the Trick Room teams out there. And it's not like Indeedee's coverage is really necessary because you really just want the Expanding Force and the normal type move for your main outputs of damage. EV spread wise, it's pretty simple. Max special attack, max speed, and 4 HP with a modest nature. Hit hard, that's all you really need to do with the combination of Sneasler and Indeedee. Next Pokemon we have is the Citrus Berry Volcarona with the Flame Body, which is able to burn the opponent or have a chance to if they come into contact with Volcarona, with the Grass Terra type, which is useful against really strong water type moves and plays around the redirection from the Amoonguss, as well as immune to powder moves like Spore and Sleep Powder, with Overheat, Struggle Bug, Rage Powder, and Tailwind. The Volcarona is pretty interesting on this team, but I think it makes a lot of sense. The team doesn't have the best ways of switching into Golden Go, Make It Rain, and being able to punish stuff like Amoonguss as well as Golden Go. I think this Volcarona set makes a lot of sense, especially because it's one of the more annoying Pokemon to deal with Sneasler Indeedee is going to be Golden Go Redirection. Volcarona with the Overheat to one-shot the Golden Go if it doesn't go for the terastization is pretty nice. The struggle bugs are really nice for lowering the special attack damage output of like Ursaluna, Golden Go, and a lot of other special attackers. Rage Powder redirection is just really solid for like really heavy hitters that you have on your team, like the Blood Moon Ursaluna. And the Tailwind support is really nice because it still allows you to function well, as the original team did have Talonflame, but the Tailwind on Volcarona allows you to play a bit better and has more options against Golden Go on this team. So I think it makes a lot of sense. E-spread wise, you want to go with Timid Max Speed to be able to outspeed any form of Max Speed Golden Go, Max Speed Annihilate, and more. Just go to extra speed if you're going to run that much anyway. Then you have a good amount of HP investment, 156, which is a number that is even, which is on purpose because if you do take a Super Fang from Mousehold, then Citrus Berry activates and you heal back to 75% immediately. So you want an even HP stat. Then the rest a little bit into defense because Volcarona is not exactly the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, and since this isn't supposed to be a damaging Volcarona, Overheat already KOs the Golden Goes anyway and does a lot to Amoonguss. 12 special attack is all you need for special defense, but across the board, bulky, fast Volcarona, able to pressure the Golden Go, some Sun teams as well. It just has some good niches that it has on this team. Next Pokemon is going to be the Life or Blood Moon Ursaluna, with the Mind's Eye allowing its normal type moves to hit through the ghost types, with the Terra normal type to power up its normal type moves even further and get rid of any ground weaknesses that the Ursaluna has, or any weaknesses that it has with its ground typing, with the Blood Moon Hyper Voice, Earth Power, and Protect. With just a max special attack, max speed variant with a modest nature, it makes a ton of sense because Blood Moon Ursaluna is one of the best answers to like our Chaladon, and it's a really strong Pokemon that's kind of hard to stop. It has really good high HP stat and defense stat, and Regulation H with no Urshifus currently running around the format. It is a mon that is really appreciated that and really just able to wreak havoc, especially with a powerful attack like that Blood Moon or that Hyper Voice with that Terra Normal. And special ground coverage is just really good. Again, with our Chaladon and a bunch of other Pokemon in the format, just Earth Power is so nice to have here. And it's a great wall breaker. And this team, since it's really offensive, does appreciate a good wall breaker, with the Tailwind Volcarona to support the speed on the Ursaluna. So the Ursaluna is pretty fast. Then with the Tailwind, you are able to outspeed anything pretty much. Yeah, that's the idea of having one of the faster Blood Moon Ursalunas, because it's supposed to be, again, with this team, hit hard as fast as possible and knock them out before they can knock you out. Next Pokemon we have is the Safety Goggles Annihilate with the Define ability, which increases the attack of the Annihilate by 2 stages whenever it gets a stat drop, with the Fairy Terror type, which is useful especially against the Scale Shot Dragonite with Close Combat, Rage Fist, Taunt, and Final Gambit. It's really important to be able to deny stuff like the Trick Room setups and any supports like Opposing Tailwind. So I think Annihilate makes a really good role, especially with the Final Gambit trades, which are really important. Being able to hit stuff like the Archaladon, which can be annoying to get rid of, Porygon 2, a bunch of annoying Pokemon that can able to just be annoying for the rest of the team. Final Gambit is really good at being able to just take a knockout immediately, and the damage traits are pretty nice. Taunt is to be able to shut down those Trick Room options, Tailwind options, and more. And the Rage Fist and the Close Combat are just really good attacks for the Annihilate to have. EV spread wise, you have max speed for Jolly Nature, so you outspeed Golden Go and get that fast Final Gambit off. You have 188 HP, which pretty much will get you any KO with the Final Gambit that you really need to. Stuff like our Chaladon, stuff like the Porygon 2, a lot of those bulky mons pretty much, other than maybe like a Amoonguss, but you can't KO Amoonguss with Final Gambit anyway. You have max HP, you still run a decent amount of attack, so the Close Combat and the Rage Fist are doing decent damage across the board. And yeah, the idea of the Annihilate to take trades and be disruptive to opponents' setups. Final Pokemon on this team is going to be the Assault Vest Tyranitar with the Sandstream ability to summon the sand, with the Flying Terror type, which is nice to be resistant to the fighting type moves that Tyranitar has, be immune to the ground type moves that Tyranitar is weak to, and of course to give it the Terra Flying Terra Blast with Rock Slide, Knockoff, Terra Blast, and Low Kick. So Tyranitar is really interesting, and it has picked up in Regulation H a lot, especially towards the middle parts, but because of the Sandstream being able to get rid of Focus Sash on opposing Sneasler, the multi-scales on Dragonite, that's just such a huge factor, where Sandstream just makes Tyranitar already valuable, especially on a hyper offense team where you're trying to get knockouts as quickly as possible. Then you have things like the Rock Slide, the Knockoff, and the Low Kick, which are really good damage outputs. Low Kick is great for King Gambit into Ursaluna Blood Moons or into regular Ursaluna as well. Knockoff getting rid of items like the Violet and Porygon 2, being able to hit the Male Indeedees to get rid of it or do a ton of damage to side spam teams is fantastic. Rock Slide, of course, good into opposing Volcarona, good into Dragonite, good into Pelipper, good into a lot of stuff. And the Terra Blast, Terra Flying is just really good into like Rillaboom, into Sneaslers, into Volcaronas, opposing Annihilates, and more. Yeah, it's just a really great mon because it has really great, again, abilities to damage, really good at tanking attacks because of its high base HP and its defenses. Yeah, it is a really strong mon. And the EV spread here, 116 HP with 204 attack and the 188 speed. So the 204 attack gives it with an adamant nature, gives it an extra stat point to its attack. 188 speed allows the Tyranitar to be able to outspeed modest max speed Ursaluna Blood Moons like your own. So the Tyranitar does move first in scenarios, but nice against opposing ones as well. And then the remainder goes into HP. It is able to still tank attacks though with the Assault Vest and dish out some really good firepower. It's also very useful in the Weather Wars, especially to be able to shut down the Pelipper and the Torkoals and prevent like Weather Balls from happening, being able to break Sash on the Pelipper, prevent the Archaludon from going for Electro Shot and Rain Freely with the Sandstream change. And yeah, like it has quite a good amount of utilities that it does have, thanks to Sandstream ability and great typing. So how to use the team? It is a very offensive team. A lot of it is going to be utilizing the Indeedee and the Sneasler. It's really great offensively with that coverage of just the fast Unburden plus the Choice Scarf, fire off really heavy damage and then try to clean up with the rest of the mons. But you have a lot of course, other modes that you have. The Volcarona plus Tyranitar is a great lead because you had that Rage Powder redirection to redirect any attacks from the Tyranitar, especially those fighting type moves, which you don't even have to go for Terastallization for, or you can set up Tailwind with the Volcarona immediately. Annihilate can pretty much lead with anything because it can go for Taunt and Final Gambit trades, which is nice, like Annihilate plus the Tyranitar or Annihilate plus the Volcarona are pretty great at Disruption, and setting up like Tailwind for the Volcarona or just going for Struggle Bug immediately is pretty solid. You have things like Volcarona plus Blood Moon Ursaluna. The Tailwind immediately, Volcarona is the fastest thing, and then the really strong hit from Ursaluna can definitely delete teams. You have stuff like Indeedee plus the Tyranitar, Sneasler can lead with anything. Yeah, it's just very offensive team, and you have a lot of leads that can just take knockouts or set up like a Tailwind with Volcarona or disrupt your opponent, preventing them from getting their speed control and then firing back some pretty heavy damage output or setting up for things in the back by weakening them on the lead. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. And let me know in the comments how you feel about Regulation H so far. This is going to be my first Regulation H video coming back. And let me know how it's been so far, and if you're competing in any Regulation H tournaments. Are you playing the Grand Challenge? And if you're wondering why my alt is named Jessica, this was, again, supposed to be an alt, and I just picked a name. The first name I saw on Twitter was going to be the alt name from a while back, and yeah, like it happened to be a girl named Jessica, I guess. So yes, that is the alt name if you're wondering why, and I'll be changing it after this Grand Challenge anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, let's get started and play some games though. Also, if you're wondering why I decided to use this team, I didn't have any teams and I have really not been playing Regulation H, and this was the last team I used. I used it on a stream real quick, so I was like, you know what, it's a solid team, I'll just run it for the global challenge. There was really no other logic than that. All right, we have King Gambit, Sneasler, Whimsicott, Primarina, Garchomp, and Volcarona. What do I want to do against this team? Sneasler's pretty good. Tyranitar's pretty solid, I think, because they can't really break through Terra Flying Tyranitar. Yeah, Terra Flying Tyranitar seems really good here. Kind of curious on the Terra on the King Gambit, because that's going to be a big one. But yes, I think lead-wise, debating about Volcarona Tyranitar, it seems pretty good here, and I don't really see a big counterplay to it. Yeah, I do like it a lot here, so I think I'm going to lead Tyranitar Volcarona. I want to bring the Ursaluna. I don't think it's necessary against this team. I think I'd rather just bring Indeedee, and I think I'd bring Sneasler. The Psychic Terrain seems really useful, as well as the Indeedee, because it is going to be pretty threatening. The Tyranitar is just really nice because we get to break Focus Sashes. I don't know if it's going to be Focus Sash on the Sneasler or Focus Sash on the Whimsicott. Probably on the Sneasler, I'd say. But yeah, I just like Tyranitar. Offensively, it can chip away my opponent really well to put in range of the Sneasler and the Indeedee attacks, I think. Volcarona, I want to match the Tailwind if they bring the Tailwind on their side. The only thing I am a little bit concerned about is the Garchomp carries a rock move, but I don't know. That could be concerning, but I guess we'll figure it out. Because if it's Garchomp, do I want a Terra if it is a rock move? We'll find out. Because otherwise, I don't exactly have the best ways of breaking through the Garchomp immediately. But let's see what they decide to bring here, because I do think I have decent enough tools. However, this is the global challenge. Anything could happen. Okay, so they lead Primarina and the Whimsicott, which is a fine lead for me as I do lead my Volcarona and my Tyranitar. So I don't think they can knock out Volcarona in one shot unless they're specs. I do like the idea of just getting some damage across the bat with probably just a Rock Slide and a Tailwind. That doesn't seem bad to me. I could also go hard into Indeedee, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go for a Rock Slide immediately, get some decent damage across the bat, and just Tailwind. Yeah, I think that's the play. I like the idea of getting the Tailwind up. I shouldn't take too much damage from Hyper Voice. If it's Hyper Voice, they go for Taunt immediately, so good play on their part. Okay, they get the Taunt into Volcarona, so maybe I should have went into Indeedee immediately. Let's see if Tyranitar's faster than Primarina, which it should be. We missed a Rock Slide. Please tell me that's on. Would I like to hit the Prim more than the Whims, because that's the mon I need to hit. Hydro Cannon. Okay. Interesting, but that might not put me in a terrible position. It's not the ideal position, but it's not terrible, I suppose. Okay. So I can probably get a double knockout here by going Sneasler and threatening the Dire Claw into the Prim, because the Prim is trapped currently, so it can't do much here. I think I like the idea of just getting a Dire Claw and a single target Rock Slide off into the Whimsicott. Yeah, because they're going to Tailwind, but even if they Tailwind, that's fine. Because if they Tailwind, take the 3 turns, I should get a double knockout, assuming that Rock Slide connects on the Whimsicott. So this isn't an awful position, because even if they have 3 turns of Tailwind, I do have Unburden on the Sneasler. They actually retreat the Whimsicott, so this might be Garchomp. No, their own Sneasler. Interesting. Okay. I did debate about almost Terraflying. Why you pressure on the Sneasler? Okay. Get a Dire Claw off into the Primarina, take the knockout, and I get a free Rock Slide off in the Sneasler, which will do a decent chunk, so not complaining about that one. Okay, we hit. Not like that big of a deal though, because I do have the Terraflying, but sure. Okay, curious on what their last Pokemon is. Is it Garchomp? If it's Garchomp, I should be fine by going for the Terraflying on the T-Tar anyway. King Gambit, okay. I think I'm pretty good here. It's Supreme Overlord. Okay, we're gonna go for Terraflying, Terra Blast into the Sneasler, and debating about switching hard into the Indeedee, because they might fake out my Sneasler. I could double up the King Gambit with Low Kick too, I guess, but I would like to not deal with Dire Claw. Actually, or I could double up the King Gambit with Low Kick Close Combat, but I think Terra Blast is pretty safe. You know what? I'm going to Terra Blast and Close Combat the King Gambit. Let's see what they decide to go for here. Because I like the idea of Terra Blasting the Sneasler, getting rid of it. Don't have to worry about Dire Claw for the rest of the game. They can only fake out one of my mons. I'm curious on if this is King Gambit Terra. If they Terra, that means I can Expanding Force, so it's not like awful. We do see Terrassization. This is King Gambit, I assume. Yep, King Gambit into Terra Dark. Okay. So I could have low kicked. I imagine this is fake out, so I could have went into Indeedee, but I still don't think this is terrible, because I don't know if King Gambit can even get a knockout here, especially if they don't protect. So I get a close combat. I one-shot the King Gambit. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. I think I just went off that unless Dire Claw happens. A close combat T-Tar, so this is 100% game over, because now I get a Terra Blast off. Okay. I didn't know how they would really punish this. Like fake out probably, and they could Swords Dance, but they Swords Dance. I still have my Sneasler with an Indeedee. It was really depending on their Terrassization, I think, on the King Gambit. But if they were like Ghost or something, then my Male Indeedee just comes in, like Expanding Force with the Choice Scarf, and I also still have Throat Chop on the Sneasler, which I felt like was fine to deal with. So, and I probably knocked out the Sneasler if they fake out the Sneasler, but yeah, this ends up working out pretty well for me, as I'm able to Terra Blast the Whimsicott and Dire Claw the Whimsicott as well, and that will be able to pick up the victory. So goodbye Whimsicott, as Whimsicott goes down, and that secures the win. So definitely interesting choices, like the Hydro Cannon on the Primarina, but that is a weakness of it because even though they got the Volcarona turn 1, I wasn't necessarily needing it because they didn't even go for Tailwind, so I didn't even have to get like Tailwind up myself. And I was able to take a huge amount of advantage by getting some pretty free damage across the board. And yeah, Sneasler plus Tyranitar was pretty good, especially when there was no Garchomp brought. But yeah, let's see how well we can continue this because I have no clue about it even update yet, which is funny, but hopefully we do get some pretty strong opponents. 1452, okay. That's just how the Global Challenge works sometimes, but we do have a pretty threatening team. We have the Primarina, the Farigiraf, Incineroar, Goldengo, Amoonguss, and Ursaluna. So pretty offensive team. I do really like Annihilape in this matchup. I imagine Annihilape is really good here. And then what else do I want to go? They don't have terrain, so Annihilape plus Indeedee could work. I could also lead Blood Moon immediately, which is also pretty tempting. And I am debating it. I do think Tyranitar is pretty solid in this matchup, but not necessary. Sneasler I don't think is necessary either. But there's a lot I could bring here. I like Annihilate Blood Moon because I think I should be the faster Blood Moon, so I should be able to blow up their team, I think, with Indeedee in the back. And bring Tyranitar, Sneasler, or Volcarona. I think I bring Volcarona because it's better into Goldengo. And Goldengo's like the one mon that could threaten a lot of damage into my team. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Goldengo is probably the trickiest mon to handle, so I like the idea of just having the backup in Volcarona just in case. I don't know if they're going to lead Goldengo against my team or if they're going to try something different. They could try, if they go Amoonguss, then it's fine because I do have the safety goggles with the taunt pressure. So that should be all right, but let's see what they decide to go for here lead-wise. Going to be the lead of Primarina Amoonguss. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. As I do lead my Annihilape and my Ursaluna. I do have the option to go for Final Gambit to take the knockout into the Primarina as long as it's not Terra Ghost, and I don't think that's a terrible trade. Yeah, I don't think that's a terrible trade. I'm just going to Final Gambit the Primarina and just go for the Terra Normal Blood Moon. I should easily blow up the Amoonguss unless it's like some random Focus Sash or Chillon Berry set. It could double protect if they want to, but I think that's okay. I do have taunt access as well. Like, as long as this isn't some, again, Terra Ghost Primarina or Focus Sash Primarina or something crazy like that, I should be fine here. But yeah, this is a pretty good lead against a very slow team that utilizes Tricker more. So we will go for the Terra with our Blood Moon and go for the Blood Moon to KO the Amoonguss, hopefully. Because Terra Normal Life or Blood Moon, I don't imagine Amoonguss lives. I think you have to be very specially defensive to maybe live. They go for Rage Powder, but I do have the safety goggles, so this is pretty much a perfect turn. So Final Gambit will come out, take the knockout into the Primarina. We do have the safety goggles, so goodbye Primarina. And Blood Moon will KO the Amoonguss straight up. So I'd say that's a pretty good turn. Like, can't really complain too much about it. Then I can go Goldengo and should be fine. As we go Blood Moon. And say goodbye to your Amoonguss. Yep, Amoonguss just gets deleted. And now we get to see the final two reactions. What was, like, it was Goldengo, Incineroar, Farigiraf. I don't remember the last mon, but we're going out into our Volcarona. I imagine this could be like Gold Incineroar, and I do have a plan if that's the case. Incineroar comes out, not too surprising. And Goldengo. Okay, so it is exactly what I expect. I think they're just going to fake out my Volcarona and go for a nasty plot. I don't know if they're going to risk going for Terra immediately, so I'm just going to go for Overheat, and I'm going to swap out into Indeedee. Because if they do Terrasilize, then I can threaten Expanding Force, which should do some good damage. We block the fake out with the Indeedee Psychic Terrain. And like if they go for Make It Rain Flare Blitz, I think Volcarona should be bulking up to hopefully survive the combination unless it's really offensive Incineroar. And then we could like Tailwind, Earth Power, threaten. Like there's so much that we can do at this point. Like I think we're in good shape. So we'll just Overheat here, swap into Indeedee, and then we connect the Overheat. If it doesn't Terra, we're in fantastic shape. So let's see. Go for the Indeedee swap. And what are they going to click here? They do Terrasilize, so that's fine. They Terra the Goldengo into Terra Water. Okay, so I'm still getting a good amount of damage with Overheat, and then Expanding Force should KO afterward. And I also still have Blood Moon or Ursaluna, and I'm going to go for Tailwind as well. They do fake out, which did they fake out the... Oh, they targeted Ursaluna, which is interesting. I get the overheat off. Some decent damage to gold. It's not like amazing damage, but it's decent damage. They do nasty plot, but that's fine. Leftovers golden go, but that's to be expected. Do I want a Tailwind or do I want to go for... I mean, I just Expanding Force Tailwind, right? I'm pretty sure that like that's always the play here. Yeah. Expanding Force Tailwind. Because then Ursaluna will be able to click Hyper Voice multiple times and it should be fine here. Golden Go takes a lot of damage. We get the Tailwind up. I didn't want to risk attacking into a Protect knockoff. They go for Make It Rain. Cool. And then this is Flare Blitz, but I should be fine against it either way. Oh, they go for knockoff, so I think I'm like really chilling. Oh, wait, that KO'd Volcarona. I'm surprised the knockoff actually killed Volcarona at that range. Okay, that's fine. That should be fine. I have Terra Normal Hyper Voice that's super threatening here. I guess this could be maybe a read situation, but I think I'll do enough damage. Could be a Solvest Incineroar, but granted, I think I'm still okay. I'm going to go for a Hyper Voice here. I could Blood Moon and read the Golden Go to protect, but I don't think it's ever worth the risk here. I'm just going to Hyper Voice. With Terra Normal and Life Orb, I should still do a good amount of damage to Incin, especially if it's a defensive Incin. So they have to read here of do I go... Because they also have to make a play too. Because if I delete the Incin on reading the Gold to protect, they have to... not protect with gold, so it's a mind game for them regardless. I think I have a safer line because of the Hyper Voice. Yeah, and especially because they didn't protect, I just should seal the win here. Hyper Voice gonna come out. It is a Solvest instance, so it probably has a lot of attack investment, so I could have lost potentially, but depends on how much knockoff into Flare Blitz does, because I would have had 3 turns of Hyper Voice damage, I think, into Incin, which would have been fine. Knockoff. Dude, that is doing so much damage. All right, Blood Moon versus Earth Power. I think the Earth Power does more. It's 135, 270 versus 210, and then... Well, it's not 210, right? Actually, is it Blood Moon more powerful? I think Blood Moon's more powerful, right? Because it's 280 now, because it's doubled. Well, yeah, I think Blood Moon is stronger. We should KO the Incin here, even without our Life Orb. But I guess the knockoff did a bit more than I expected. But then again, I guess I'm not used to running no bulk Blood Moon. But we do KO the Incineroar, like I think. Okay, I mean, I kind of got the read right, but that could have been dicier than I expected. I guess because they went for the Terra Water immediately, which was not in my calling cards. So what was better? Maybe just going for Terra Blast damage into the Incin? Maybe. I still think overall it was okay, but I mean, regardless, like I needed the damage. I think that match was probably okay, but I think I could have probably gotten a better lead off, because I did have a great start, but it was the Golden Go. I mean, I guess I could have just went for a Hyper Voice swapped into Indeedee 2, but I was worried about if they were just going to make it rain immediately, which could have been disastrous potentially. And if I risk Blood Moon, I am risking a lot to the Incineroar, so I think like I had to make that play. But yeah, all right, not a bad start though. 2 wins. Hopefully we get some pretty strong opponents, because I haven't really used the Indeedee Sneasler mode yet. Okay, we got Alex 1470. Sometimes we get a bit unlucky here with the pairings, but Golden Go, Dragonite, Sneasler, Rillaboom, Ursaluna, and Magmar. This is okay, I think. It should be like a bulky Assault Vest Blood Moon Ursaluna, or it might be the leftover set with Yawn with Rillaboom being Assault Vest, which would make sense too. What do I want to go here? Because I'm kind of tempted. I think Tyranitar is definitely brought. I like Tyranitar Volcarona a lot, because they don't have the best answers to it. So I do like Tyranitar Volcarona. I think back-wise, it might be Male Indeedee plus Sneasler. Blood Moon's nice for the Dragonite, but not really otherwise. Yeah, I think this is the best call. Because terrain control's nice. Sneasler's really effective against this team. The Magmar is going to be annoying because redirection, of course, is something, but Tyranitar will hit a lot of damage output. The Struggle Bug on the Volcarona pretty much prevents the Golden Go or the Magmar from doing any, or Blood Moon from doing anything crazy with their special attacks. I think the only thing I really have to worry about is the Dragonite here. I don't want to bring the Annihilate because I don't think it's that great here against like a lot of their offensive capabilities, but Sneasler Dragonite, okay. Versus Volcarona Tyranitar, that's fine. So Sash and Multiscale are probably broken, which is pretty good. I like the idea of just getting a Tailwind up and going for a Terra Blast immediately into the Sneasler. They can fake out, but there is that mind game that I do have access to, which is going to be the ability to go for a Indeedee switch. So I don't think we're going to see a Terrestrialization or fake out here from my opponent. We are going to get the Terra flying off immediately and try to OHKO the Sneasler. And then isolate the Dragonite. Because we have Sand to break the Multiscale, so it's not like the biggest deal if we don't. Oh, they actually do fake out the Tyranitar, which is fine. That means no coaching. Because we get Tailwind up. Alright. Tyranitar flinches and they go for Tailwind themselves. Okay, so they have Tailwind, which is okay. I do break Sashes, which is nice. But they do have access to Dire Claw, which is a bit annoying. I think I'm just going to Rock Slide because I want to punish the Dragonite more than the Sneasler at this point. Yeah. Do I need Indeedee? I don't need Indeedee to win this game. I feel like Volcarona is more important. So I'm going to go Indeedee and I'm just going to go for Rock Slide. This could be Dire Claw, Scale Shot, and Tyranitar. This could be Dire Claw, Scale Shot, and Tyranitar. Does that KO? I don't know. Tyranitar is bulky, but I don't know if it's that bulky. I still think it's a better play though, because then even if they get the knockout, I can bring out Sneasler and then Expanding Force Dire Claw threatens a lot. Yeah, no, that's actually still fine. Yeah. So I'm going to go for Rock Slide and I'm going to go for an Indeedee swap. If I sacrifice Indeedee, it's not that big of a deal. But even if I lose Tyranitar to Scale Shot's Dire Claw combination, I think I'm fine. Unless this is coaching. I guess if this is coaching could be scary, but even then I should be all right. This is coaching. I don't think they can take a knockout though. I just don't think they can take a knockout. Yeah, they Scale Shot my Tyranitar. 5-hitter will. Okay. Oh wait, that one did more. That one did more. Okay. Wait, that's a bit ugly. That's a bit ugly. All right. That got a bit ugly there. All right, their defense is lower, their speed has risen. I mean, I do have a Sneasler in the back with Dire Claw, and I do have Expanding Force. That's putting on a lot of pressure. I confirmed that I'm Scarf for them. Should be fine. Although I guess Dragonite could protect. It could swap. Actually, there's a lot of mind games involved. Yeah, there's a lot of mind games involved. Go for the Psychic Seed. Do they protect Dragonite, I guess is the question. I'm just going to Expanding Force Dire Claw. It could swap out easily into the Rillaboom. Yep. I don't know if they're protecting though. If they protected, my best play was to Dire Claw, swap into Volcarona. But let's see. Because Expanding Force Dire Claw might get the Dragonite, depending on how bulky they are, but we'll see. Okay. So protect. Dire Claw does a lot. I got a poison, but that shouldn't matter. Let's see if Expanding Force is enough. I feel like it might be. I am able to pick up the knockout in a Dragonite, so that's a huge knockout. That's great. Okay. That's an amazing knockout. All right. So we're actually in an okay spot. Yeah. I just had to call it the Dragonite Protected because I knew Sneasler was probably switching to Rilla, but I had no idea of this Dragonite Protect. But thankfully it did not. So, all right. Probably could have played the first couple turns better, but it's still fine. Golden Go comes out. I have my special defense boost. Volcarona is just super safe here. Protect. Oh. Okay. And then we get a disconnect. All right, sure. I think they just lost a Volcarona at that point with Indeedee with Psychic Terrain, because overheat, I would probably overheat close combat the Golden Go, and the Rilla can't do anything. And if they Terra, then they just lose to Male Indeedee, Expanding Force, I think, cleanup. So yeah, they really didn't have much. So nice. It worked out. I don't think I played the best there, especially in the first couple games, but yeah, so yeah, have to fear the Dragonite Sneasler lead here more. Another 1426. Okay. Or Choreo with Volcarona, Smeargle, Tyranitar, Whimsicott, and the Archaludon. Sure. So this is Dancer strats. I feel like I'm okay in this position. Yeah, because Sneasler Indeedee is pretty good here. Yeah, Sneasler Indeedee is pretty good. And then in the back, I definitely bring Tyranitar because it's really good against this team. I need a Mon to beat Archaludon. Is it Volk so I could switch into Archaludon and also threaten the overheat? Or is it something like Annihilate or Ursaluna back? It's tricky. Very tricky. I don't think it's Blood Moon, because if the Archaludon's played right, the body press is scary. So it's not even a counter. I might need Volcarona. I think it's Volcarona. Because I can Rage Powder body presses. I can Tailwind to match their Tailwind if necessary. And I have Overheat to hit the Archaludon for some decent damage, even if it's Assault Vest. So I think all those tools point to Volcarona. We see Tyranitar Volcarona lead. Okay. Versus Indeedee Sneasler. The Tyranitar next to Volcarona is interesting here. I don't know if they're going to Tailwind or not. They could just Rage Powder here, which is also a concern. I got to think about this carefully. I'm not going to low kick my Indeedee. I think my best play is just to protect my Sneasler and go for a swap to Tyranitar. Or I just Dire Claw immediately, which I might. I think I Dire Claw immediately to Tyranitar, swap to Tyranitar. Yeah. I think this is okay. Yeah, it's not an easy one. Oh, wait, I should protect it because there might be Terraflying Terra Blast, right? We do see Terra. It is Tyranitar, yep. Oh, it's Ghost Terra. Okay, I don't have to worry about Terraflying Terra Blast then. And now they're weak to knockoff, so that's pretty good. Is this Rage Powder? No, probably not. It's probably Tailwind. We get a Dire Claw off into Tyranitar, which is nice. Struggle Bug is fine. Okay. And they Rock Slide? Or knock off? I feel like it's Rock Slide, right? Yeah, they knocked off. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's with my Assault Vest. I'm pretty sure I'm chilling here. I'm pretty sure I can Draw Chop Rock Slide very simply. And I do have a fast Tyranitar. So I imagine I'm faster unless they're very fast. But even if they're very fast, that's fine. Because I'll Expanding Force them with Indeedee the next turn. They're going to go for a Protect with Volcarona. That makes sense. I go for a Throat Chop here. And Throat Chop Rock Slide should KO the Tyranitar. Oh, wow. That did so much, actually. Oh, they're faster. Okay. So they KO my Tyranitar. It's not great because that's my Choreo answer. But I still think that's fine in the long term. Yeah, I still think that this is fine. They already used Terastallization, so I don't have to really fear the Choreo nearly as much. Tyranitar goes down, which I actually would have probably preferred it sticking around because it was going to be fainting to Expanding Force, and I could Expanding Force Dire Claw to Volcarona very freely. Now they get a free switch. But I'm going to go out into my Indeedee here, I think. As they bring out a Choreo, perfect. I think I just Expanding Force Dire Claw the Volcarona. And do as much damage as I can, especially if they protect Choreo to try and Quiver Dance set up. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. So I'm able to get a Dire Claw off into the Volcarona. And I think Expanding Force should get it. I get the Paralysis on Volcarona, which is really nice. Oh, it's Citrus Berry. Okay, so they are able to heal back. I still think this is fine though, because I get Expanding Force off. I mean, I was going to get the Expanding Force before, but yeah, this Volcarona should be slower in general. Yeah. You get a Quiver Dance off, but can they even win with Oricorio? I feel like I just get a Throat Chop off. I don't remember Oricorio's base speed. Do I have to Terra Dark here? I might have to Terra Dark. Yeah, I think so. I didn't think they were going to let me freely Throat Chop the Oricorio, so that's why I went aggressive, doubled up the Volcarona because it prevented Quiver Dance. And I did have the special defense boost, so I was like, I probably live in Oricorio Air Slash. The Sneasler has decent defense. And now I just win the game by clicking Expanding Force plus Throat Chop. Yeah, I'm just going to go for Terra Dark and Expanding Force. I guess like there was also the thing I should have paid attention to speed tiers of the sand damage, because I don't remember my Indeedee took the sand damage before the Oricorio, so maybe this terrestrialization is unnecessary, but I mean regardless, like I'll still win with Throat Chop Expanding Force very safely. Yeah, because they don't have Rage Power on a Volcarona. So Throat Chop into the Oricorio takes a knockout, beautiful, and then I get the Expanding Force KO on the Volcarona. And that will take the double knockout, and then it's a 3v1, which I should win. I'd be surprised if I lost, because I don't know what mon they could possibly have in the back that is able to beat me in this situation. Volcarona goes down, because if it's our Chaladon, I just protect the Sneasler. I switch to Volcarona, I think, and then I can threaten close combat, overheat. So yeah, I could also just go for Expanding Force if I really, really want to, but I'm not 100%. Oh, and if it's Smeargle, yeah, there's like no chance. There's no chance. So I go for a close combat and the Expanding Force, and yeah, the game is sealed there. Yeah, there wasn't really much that they could do. I wonder how fast the Volcarona was, because the Volcarona needed to be max speed, and I imagine that Volcarona had bulk. So I don't know if I'd be able to outspeed my Indeedee before the Expanding Force, but even then I would still probably make the same play with the Terra Dark Throat Chop, and I still don't know how they're exactly beating this Sneasler that's just outspeeding the Volcarona, combined with the Expanding Force pressure from the Indeedee. All right, a bit after a break. It's been 4 battles, 4 wins so far. We haven't faced anyone above 1500 yet. Maybe that would change with this one. All right, we have a pretty strongly rated opponent for this point. This is the second day of the Global Challenge. I mean, I'm playing on a Saturday afternoon, so I imagine there's more. It's actually a snow team, which is really good for me because I do have Tyranitar, but they do have Mouse Ape, so this is going to be interesting. I like the lead of Volcarona Ursaluna. Call me crazy, but I'm liking the idea of Volcarona Ursaluna. Hear me out. So I'm gonna leave Volcarona Ursaluna. I definitely bring Tyranitar in the back. And last Pokemon, what am I bringing? Sneasler? I think it's Sneasler. Might be Indeedee, but I think Sneasler's fine. Yeah. Or it might actually, that's tough. I kind of like Indeedee because it puts some pressure against Ape. I have a few different leads I could go for. I could like lead Indeedee Sneasler and just go for like Expanding Force and Dire Claw into the mouse immediately. I don't think that's necessary. I kind of like this. I like the Volcarona plus Ursaluna more potentially, because I don't think they're leading the Ninetales against the Tyranitar team. I think they're leading Mouse Ape. If they lead Mouse Ape, I think I have a pretty strong plan, unless it's Focus Sash on the mouse, which I don't think it should be on this team, but we'll see. Incineroar Annihilate, okay. Not what I expected. Are they gonna fake out? I have an Indeedee potential in the back. I mean, my best play is the Tailwind here in Earth Power, right? Yeah, it's the Tailwind and Earth Power. So I'm gonna go for Tailwind and Earth Power. I wish I brought, yeah. They should fake out the Ursaluna and go for a, I mean, they also have to fear like me having Willis on the Volcarona. There's like a bunch that they should fear unless they know the team. But I like the idea of just going for the Earth Power into Instant and Tailwind immediately, because gain the damage into Instant is great for my Sneasler and Tyranitar. I can always Blood Moon the Annihilate later in the game. Are they Final Gambits? I don't think they're Final Gambits. If they are, that's not even terrible, because Ursaluna was mainly for this Annihilate, and Annihilate's like their only answer to Tyranitar, so I don't think they can afford to Final Gambit, even if they are. Bandit close combat would be scary, but like that's it. No protect. I could have Blood Moon the Annihilate turn 1, which is insane to me, but sure. I get the Earth Power off with Life Orb. Okay, that's a Solvest instant confirmed. You go for a Rage Fist because they read Terra Ghost, I'm assuming. Okay, they made a hard raid. It did not pay off for them. Blairlet's going to come out into the Volk. And the instant goes down. Sure, I'll take it. Very strange turn 1. I guess you have to go for it when the match was pretty bad, because I do think the match was pretty bad for them, but not what I expected. Not what I expected. All right, let's see what's coming out. The mouse? The mouse. I'm just gonna overheat and hyper voice. There's no reason not to go for overheat and hyper voice here. If they protect the mouse, I still get good damage in the Blood Moon regardless, and they can't knock out the Blood Moon with what they have, so this is fine. They also haven't set up any bulk up, so feeling pretty confident. If they want to target Volcarona, they take the recoil, which is pretty, or they take a chance for a flame body, which is pretty bad for them, I'd say. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about just overheat hyper voice going for the mouse. Because getting rid of the friend guard user and the redirector means I can then Blood Moon freely into the ape. They go for follow me because they're scared of potential wisp and Blood Moon, so that makes sense. I do get an overheat off, hopefully. Nice. Good damage. Are you citrus? Nope. Hyper voice gonna come out. Good damage to the mouse hold. And then ape is gonna go for what? Drain punch, which is fine because you don't KO. Yep, exactly. They get recovery, but they don't have friend guard anymore, so I'm feeling pretty good about my spot. It's leftovers confirmed. That was pretty likely. But they don't have any bulk ups, which is really important. And because they don't have any bulk ups, that's really good for me. Sinistra coming in. Okay. I think my plan is just to overheat the Sinistra and Blood Moon to Sinistra. I don't think they run Terra Steel at all. Yeah. I'm just going to go for it. If I KO the Sinistra, I'm going to get spot. Granted, I could go for the Terra Normal Blood Moon right here, but they might Rage Powder. Alright, we see a Terrastization from my opponent's side, so we're finally going to reveal the Terrastization. Going to be on the Sinistra into what? Terra Dark. I'm pretty sure I just OHKO the Sinistra with overheat into Blood Moon. Assume I connect the overheat because maybe it lives a Blood Moon. Nice. I think that should secure it here. Overheat. Get enough damage. I'm pretty sure Blood Moon will one-shot it. And I need to deny Trick Room if it's Trick Room. Yep. Goodbye Sinistra, and that secures the win. Beautiful. I could have also Rage Powder, I suppose, but I don't think it's necessary. I think Tyranitar wins with Terra Blast now at this point. Because if they KO Ursaluna, I just Rage Powder Terra Blast, and I think I'm in a good spot. Yeah, they Drain Punch again, so this is fine. We go out into Tyranitar. And we go for a Rage Powder into a not Tailwind. I think I clicked Tailwind by accident. We're going to Rage Powder, and we're going to go for a Terra Blast. A Terra Flying. If they go for Protect, that's okay, because then I'll just Tailwind, Terra Flying, Terra Blast again, and that's okay by me. But yeah, the ape isn't able to really get any recovery with the Sand Up, which is important. The Terra Flying Terra Blast is going to do too much before they can get a bulk up off. No Protects even, so Rage Powder comes out. And we do get a Terra Flying Terra Blast here. How much does this do? I imagine it does a lot because no bulk up is pretty big. Or yeah, no bulk up, no friend guard. Yeah, the Annihilate is too low at this point. We go for the Rage Fist. If we get the Flame Body, it's an instant win. I don't think we did, so that's fine. Because I don't think the ape's in sand range. Drill Chop just KOs the Annihilate anyway, and we already saw it Terrasilize, so it can't tear out of my Drill Chop. Sneasler outspeeds. I guarantee the KO here. It is a good game. So yeah, no snow mode, which makes sense because there is a Tyranitar. and it did seem like it was pretty tough to handle the combination. And yeah, like I thought, Volcarona plus Blood Moon was really hard because they don't have the most immediate offensive pressure. I had Tyranitar to switch in if they bring the snow mode. And yeah, I mean, they did sacrifice the 8 potentially turn 1, but I respect them going for like a hard read when you kind of need to. So throw chop, goodbye ape, and that was secure the win. And like, even if they survive, like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing? They can Rage Fist, maybe KO 1, but I'll KO again after. So yep, very solid. Very solid. So very good in that matchup, thanks to Tyranitar and the Ursaluna putting in some good work there. Not really much to say. I guess I could have just Tailwind Blood Moon turn 1, because again, they didn't fake out because they were hard concerned about the potential of me just going out into my Indeedee. I think they probably read the Indeedee coming in for the Volk slot, so they went for the Rage Fist into the Blood Moon, which I'm still surprised by because I still have no reason to tear the Blood Moon, because if you KO the Blood Moon with a fighting move, which is mainly Final Gambit because close combat probably doesn't knock out unless you're a boosting item, Tyranitar just wins the game. We're gonna see the Lilligant, Torkoal with Charizard, Indeedee Sneasler, and Whimsicott. Okay, they have a Sun team. Not the most fun team to deal with, but sure. We do have Sneasler Indeedee, which is pretty good against this team, I'd say, because the Unburden's really nice, and then we have the Salt Vest and the Tyranitar with the Sandstream, which is pretty good here. It's my last. I don't think I bring Ape. It's probably Volcarona, right? It's probably Volcarona back. Yeah, I think it's Volcarona back. I'm a little bit concerned about their own Sneasler, because Sneasler is a mon that can do a lot of damage to me. I can't Terrasilize my Sneasler in this matchup, I'm pretty sure. Where's the Focus Sash is going to be a pretty common question. It's probably the Lilligant. But we'll see what they lead here. Indeedee Sneasler. Okay, we're going to just do this, aren't we? Sure. Indeedee Sneasler versus Indeedee Sneasler. I have the faster Sneasler, looks like. I didn't see whose Sneasler went off first. I mean, I don't think there should be Sash Sneasler ever. Or this should be Sash Indeedee ever. I could go for the Throw Chop immediately. I think that KOs. I could also close combat, which definitely should KO. Unless it's Sash. I just don't think it's Sash Indeedee. I think it's Sash on the Lilligant. I guess it could be Covert Lilligant, but what do you run on the Whimsicott then? I think I'm just going to go for close combat Indeedee and swap to Volcarona. Because I'm going to hope for a Flame Body potential. I'm going to go for the KO into the Indeedee. There's no way you Terrapsych in this position because I can Throw Chop. But I'm pretty sure close combat will nuke it. They protect the Sneasler. What? Okay. Close combat. Are you Sash? No, no shot. Okay, yeah, I just KO'd this. I KO'd the Indeedee turn 1. So that's fantastic. The fact that I was able to... I mean, what else was I going to do? I was going to Throw Chop Expanding Force potentially as well. The Protect is interesting there, but it just works out huge for me. Because now I get Volcarona in, and Volcarona is a hard mon for them to remove. Whimsicott comes in. Okay. But what are you doing here? I think that's perfect. I'm just gonna Dire Claw. Are they Rock Slide Sneasler? No shot, they're Rock Slide. If they're Rock Slide, that's fine too, I guess. I'm gonna Dire Claw the Whimsicott, and I'm just gonna go for an Overheat in the Whims. Maybe I should Tailwind it actually, because having the Tailwind advantage would have been nice. All right, we see a Terrasization. From what? The Whimsicott? Sneasler. It is actually Terra Rock. Why are you Terra Rock? Okay. A Tailwind, and they're Rock Sliding and praying for the flinch, I suppose. Yep. Sneasler takes it well. If we get the Dire Claw off, I think I'm in great shape to win. Okay. Oh, why are you Focus Sash? Okay. Wasn't expecting that to be Focus Sash. Oh, we got Diaclaw. I had Sand too, but that just makes it so much more convenient. Okay. Goodbye, Whimsicott. What do I think is the back one? I think we're still fine. We go Indeedee here, I'm pretty sure. Charizard. I have Tyranitar, which is still really good. So all I have to do is remove the Sneasler. But can I remove the Sneasler is interesting. Oh, wait. They just Rock Slide Heat Wave. Yeah, they're going to Rock Slide Heat Wave. This is actually kind of tricky because the Sneasler could beat me. Should have went Tyranitar. I went Indeedee, but there's no way it was Torkoal back. Yeah, there was no way it was Torkoal back. I just Expanding Force and Protect. They're gonna Rock Slide Heat Wave. Yeah, Rock Slide. And Heat Wave. Yep. Oh, this game might come down to quite a bit of RNG. I'm gonna go Tyranitar. I think I close combat the Sneasler for sure. The question is, do I Terra the Tyranitar or not? Because this could be a close combat or a Rock Slide. I think they Protect realistically and go for the KO into my Sneasler. So I think I'm going to play the Mind Game and Rock Slide them. They also just stay in Rock Slide, so that works better for me since I don't take super effective damage from the Rock Slide. Okay. I also don't flinch, so I just win here. Whew. Okay. I didn't expect them to go for a Rock Slide. I thought they're going to detect or protect the Sneasler to go for a KO into my Sneasler with their Charizard. And then play the Mind Game between my Tyranitar, force a Terranop, but I mean, I get the best of both worlds. I thought they were gonna protect the Sneasler more likely. I'm shocked that the Tyranitar is able to get the Rock Slide like it is now, but yeah, perfect. Oh my goodness. Rock Slide Sneasler is definitely an interesting one, but sure, I'll take it. I really thought they were going to protect the Sneasler because they couldn't lose Sneasler. It was the only mon that was breaking to his Tyranitar. So I thought they were going to KO my Sneasler because you can't KO my Sneasler unless you either close combat my Sneasler. That gives you that means you lose to me clicking Rock Slide with Tyranitar. No matter what Terra I go for with Tyranitar, because I still Tyranitar Terastization, right? So like I still had the ability to go for Terra. So I thought, okay, they're going to scout for my Terra. Protect is pretty safe. Attack the Sneasler on my side, KO it with Charizard, and then that allows what that allows them to do is then they can see the Rock Slide or close combat option next turn. That's why I didn't Terra, because I didn't think it was likely they would close combat in that turn, because they could just instant lose on the spot. So yeah, especially like there was also a chance I had to protect Tyranitar. Yeah, like there's just so much there. I'm surprised that was the option that they chose, but it just ended up being the best case. I guess they committed to me hard being the Terra flying option and going for the Rock Slide flinch or hoping that Rock Slide Heat Wave KO'd, but there was no way it's KO'd my Tyranitar. So, I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. Alright. Alright, a fresh 1500. Oh, the Wolf Baltimore team. Or no, this is the this is the Baltimore team. The 10th place Toadscroll team or 9th place Toadscroll team. One of that. I haven't seen this team in a while, so I don't really know what it is, but they do have the Sneasler. Corviknight is actually a little bit annoying, but I mean, we do have Volcarona, which is pretty good against their team. Our Chaladon, this one is the Stalwart set, right? I'm pretty sure it is, so I should be fine against it. I have the Safety Goggles Tawnape if I want. The Wheezing is Specs on this team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Specs. I think I could go Sneasler Indeedee because I outspeed the Toadscruel and the Wheezing combination no matter what, and I think it kind of blows it up. I don't think the Garchomp carries a rock move, and it really shouldn't, I think, on this team. I don't think so. I think I bring Volcarona, and I want to say Tyranitar because I need a decent answer to Garchomp, and I want to break Sash on the Palmot. I don't know. This is kind of a weird matchup. I'm trying to think about this. I'm pretty sure it is Specs Wheezing. They, of course, could change the team. Like, this could absolutely be a change to the team, and that would be a pretty smart move to bring it, but we'll see. Wheezing Toadscruel. Okay. Thing is, I'm pretty sure I knock out the Toadscruel close combat expanding force. I also knock out the Wheezing with expanding force, just straight up. So I think I'm gonna just go for a close combat. Fire Claw into expanding force might KO the Toadscruel, but I'm not 100% certain. Is it worth greeting that position though? I don't think so. I think it's just better to close combat and expanding force. We see Terrassization, which is not too surprising. I get to find out if it's the Wheezing or the Toadscruel. It's going to be the Wheezing, so that makes sense. So it is going to be Terra Fire, which was it Terra Fire in the original team? I can't remember, but that's all right because I didn't target the Wheezing. I targeted the Toadscruel. Expanding force. Yeah, I needed to close combat. I'm pretty sure Dire Claw would have barely missed a knockout. I get the KO on Toadscruel, which is beautiful, so I don't have any sleep pressure here, which is awesome. And let's see what the Wheezing went for. Flamethrower with Terra Fire. That probably KOs after my Spit Death drop. Yeah, it does. Okay. Not too surprising, but I'm okay with that. All right. All right. I think we bring out Tyranitar next. Threaten the Wheezing. As they bring up Palmot. Ooh. That's scary. This is a double shock or a close combat. I don't know which one. I'm just going to double up the Palmot with expanding force and go for the Terra Flying plus the Rock Slide. If they get me, they get me. It's literally a call here. They could fake out, but if they fake out, they just lose here. So I'm fine with that. I think they have to make aggressive play. If they go for a Revival Blessing, I think they lose. I'm pretty sure. Because then they just don't have any health left. So let's see. Oh, they just fake out Tyranitar, so I'm good. They crit me, which is unfortunate, but I still think I'm in a good spot. Expanding Force. Maybe I'm not good. Depends. Did the Palmot have Protect? Or this might not have been Revival Blessing, actually. It might not have been. Flamethrower into Indeedee. That shouldn't take the knockout because Male Indeedee has good Spit Def. Yeah. Where are you Protect on Palmot? I can't remember. I always Rock Slide here. Where's my Expanding Force going? I think it's Protect. Nope. Did they Revival Blessing or did they go for the attack? They went for a double shot. Ah! Alright. First loss of the day. First loss of the day. Unfortunate. I think if I just Expanding Force the Palmot and Rock Slide, I probably win. Let's see what the last... Well, actually, I don't even know if I get to see the last Pokemon, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, they Flamethrower. I'm pretty sure the Palmot had Protect. I'm pretty sure like this was like one of the weird teams where the Palmot had Protect over Revival Blessing. I'm like pretty confident. Can I win? Sure. If it's Core back and it's not Revival Blessing, I guess I can win. So we'll see. I got a Struggle Bug first. And I need to hope it's Core back. If it's Core back, I might win. Might. Because I can overheat the Core. Hey, why is the Palmot slow on this team? What? It should not be slow. Wait, was it Adamant? No, I don't think the original team ran Adamant. I KO'd a Palmot. Flamethrower, which I should tank fine. Because it's -1 special attack. Yeah. If it is Corviknight, I might win. Oh my goodness. Wait. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Because I have Citrus Berry on this on the Ocarona. I hit the overheat. That's great. I should Oko to Corv. Corv goes down. Wait. Wait. Okay. How much does Flamethrower do? It did like 76 less or 74. Okay. Do I live another one? I'm pretty sure I do. Oh yeah, I easily live another one. I think it's always better to just go for overheat twice in the wheezing. Let's see how much damage it does though, because it's terrifying on -2. Oh, I'm not enough. Oh, I'm not enough. No, just barely missing these knockouts, man. No. Flamethrower. If I struggle bug, did I live the next one? We'll find out. Overheat. -4 though. Yeah. Oh, if I struggle bug, do I live 2 flamethrowers at -2 and then get the overheat off? Maybe. It might have been possible. No. But yeah. Again, I think the big term was mainly the Palmot one. If I get the Palmot one right, I think I just instant win the game, because then I KO the Palmot, I go for the overheat and the Corv, then I rock slide the wheezing. Got a good game, right? So unfortunate there, but they get those mind games wrong. I did get those mind games wrong. Felt like I had a good spot too. I think I needed to close combat turn 1. I could have doubled up the wheezing, I suppose, with expanding force. I really didn't want to take the sleep turns, but maybe that was greedy. Not 100%, because I could have went for like dire claw or close combat expanding force in the wheezing. But I didn't want to play into, okay, what if they changed the wheezing to protect? Because if they changed the wheezing to protect, it would have been awful. All right, we see Talonflame, Primarina, Ursaluna, Annihilate, Barchaladon, and the Indeedee. So there shouldn't be stamina on our Chaladon, so it's probably sturdy. Could be stalwart too. I could Trick Room on Male Indeedee here. Makes sense. All right. Is this a Sneasler Indeedee route? It might be. I think so, because it's really good offensively against my opponent's team for the most part. The only lead that is annoying would be Male Indeedee Talonflame, which I can play around. I think it's Volcarona in the back because it's one of my better answers to our Chaladon. And then do I bring Tyranitar? I don't really like Annihilate here. And I feel like if I'm I think I need Tyranitar, because otherwise I'm really weak to Primarina if it's Primarina back under Tailwind. So I need a Mon that can actually like take an attack or two. And Ursaluna is definitely not taking a Hyper Voice, so yeah. Well, it probably does if it's not like a boosting item on Primarina, but yeah. Let's see. Indeedee Annihilate. Okay. Versus Sneasler plus the Indeedee. Do I think it's Scarf Annihilate on this build? I have no clue. My Indeedee goes first with the Psychic Search. Should I just Dire Claw Expanding Force, or should I just Drill Chop? I don't think you're Scarf. I think you would just be... Yeah, I don't think you're Scarf. But I mean, this is the GC. Anything could happen. I think I'm just going to go for Dire Claw on the Indeedee, because at worst I get a secondary status that could affect the game and Expanding Force. We're going to see a Terrassization from the Annihilate, which is fine. Oh, the Sneasler or the Male Indeedee into Terra Fighting. So this works because I wasn't going to Throat Chop. They have to be Scarf Ape, right? They're not. Okay. I mean, they saw my Indeedee went first, so I felt like that should be a sign. But maybe they're max speed and they're like, okay, if they're Scarf, I'm screwed anyway. Which, to be fair, they were. So yeah. And that is not a great start for my opponent. Granted, they can still come back if they have like, I mean, they need Prim talent specifically. There's a Primarina. Oh wait, they can't because they terrestrialized already. Oh, and is Ursaluna too? Yeah, no chance. Well, I should never say never, I suppose. I'm gonna protect and I just go for Terra Psychic here. I don't have to worry about Trick Room from any of these mons. I think I'm just expanding. This could be Protect from Primarina and Earthquake, so that's what I'm playing around. Okay, no Protects. I get Expanding Force off. That's huge damage to Ursa. They did Earthquake, but they Earthquake their own Prim, so yeah, like, this is over. Oh, wait. We both survive. Interesting. Hyper Voice comes out. Sure. They terrestrialize the Indeedee, so I don't have to worry about the Ursaluna. I just go Volcarona and I click Struggle Bug and guarantee to win. Yep. Because I can close combat the Ursaluna, Struggle Bug here. We already saw Throat Spray and Flame Orb, so there's no random Quick Claw shenanigans or Bright Powder situations that can screw me over. We go for close combat and we go for Struggle Bug, and that seals the win. All right. Funny turn one, but you know, GC games are sometimes like that. You take a risk and it does not pay off. I also doubled the Indeedee because I was like, that probably could be Trick Room Indeedee, so it's like less likely to be Scarf, but who knows? We go for the close combat KO the Ursaluna. They're going for the throw that I decide to double up the Sneasler, I suppose, and or maybe have like Heat Wave and I go for Dire Claw Heat Wave, but yeah, like I just had a safe Struggle Bug plus close combat angle. It's like Prim can't knock out the Sneasler at +1 speed def. And even if they crit, they probably don't knock out unless they're Hydro Cannon, but that means Volcarona's still around. I also still had a T-Tar in the back, so no matter what they did, there was not much that they could do here. As Dire Claw gonna finish off the Primarina, and you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. All right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Feel like... I mean, Reg H has a lot of turn 1 gambles, I feel. And I mean, like, a lot of the Gen 9 formats did, but that was not one that worked well for my opponent. I will say that. It did not work well for my opponent. All right. All right, 1474 next rating. Going to be the Empoleon, which is kind of cool. Incineroar, Tyranitar, Empoleon, Indeedee with Rillaboom and Golden Go. So this could be scary. I do like Annihilate Volcarona a lot here, if I play this correctly. I think I don't go Indeedee here. Yeah, I don't need Indeedee. They have double terrain, which is interesting. I think I'll go Volcarona plus Ursaluna, because if they lead Tyranitar, I like the idea of threatening the Blood Moon and other situations. I like Annihilate in the back because I could switch in Tyranitar on like the Rock Slide and get the Rage Fist boost. And I like my own Tyranitar. Like, I could bring the Sneasler, like they are triple fighting weak, but I am bringing the Ape, so it should be fine. Let's see what they decide to go, because they also have to cover for... I'm kind of curious on where their terrestrialization is going, because it's either going to be the Tyranitar or it's going to be the Golden Go. And we're going to see Golden Go or Tyranitar plus Empoleon, which is interesting, versus Volcarona Ursaluna. All right. So I could go for a Rage Fist boost immediately, or I could just try to take a KO here. Not my best lead here, but sure. My best place to go Annihilate. Well, I did bring a bunch of Water Weak, so I do have to respect Empoleon. I think we Tailwind and we Earth Power. I could be losing the game turn 1 on Hyper Void if they Terra, but I think I could probably still play out of it. So I'm going to Tailwind and I'm going to Earth Power. Okay, we see Terra. This is Empoleon. Should protect it. Oh no, it's Tyranitar. Okay, that works out well. Terra Fairy, what? Okay. Not what I expected. That works. I get the Tailwind, which means I'm faster than anything with Ursaluna, Earth Power. Hopefully KO's Empoleon. It has to be Assault Vest, I think, to live. Yeah, it's not. So I get the KO and Empoleon, which is fantastic. All right, good. And Golden Go can't Terra anymore, which is fantastic. They go for Rock Slide. Oh, knock off. Oh, they read Terra on my Volk. And they get Flame Body punished. So yeah, again, as I mentioned before in the GC, a lot of turn 1 reads and they could either pay off or go very wrong. I mean, this turn could have gone terribly wrong if they Terra Empoleon. But it works out for me. So let's see who they're bringing out next. Gonna be Rillaboom, okay? I don't need the help on Annihilate because I don't plan to Final Gambit anything. It's a Grassy Seed. You also find some crazy sets sometimes in this GC. We're going to go for Overheat into the Rillaboom, and we're going to swap out our Ursaluna to go out into our Annihilate because I do not want to risk Grassy Glide here. But yeah, I already Terra, so I don't have to worry about the Rillaboom Terra. Annihilate should be pretty good to switch in on a Fighting move or a Rock move or even Grassy Glide. And if they would hammer or attempt to, as long as I have to overheat, I KO. So the only way they stop Volcarona here from moving is clicking Fake Out. And if they protect the thing is fine as well. They Fake Out my Ursaluna as to expect. Okay, perfect. So I get the overheat off. Nice. And I KO the Rilla. That's one great knockout. Beautiful. And the Tyranitar going to go for Rock Slide. Yep. And I get my Rage Fist boosted, so that's +1. I also KO the Tyranitar, guaranteed, I think, after the next Burn and Sand Chip, even with Grassy Terrain Recovery, so that's nice. Okay. Oh yeah, especially after I get Grassy Terrain back, yeah, I guarantee KO Tyranitar with Final Gambit if I want to. So it depends on the last Pokemon. If it's Golden Go, should be fine. We're gonna go on a Blood Moon. I can also just Rage Fist and Blood Moon the Tyranitar, I guess, but that does risk them going for... Yeah, it's Golden Go back, okay. Turns a Tailwind. I mean, Earth Power is super obvious, but I have no reason not to go for it ever. Actually, I should Final Gambit the Tyranitar. Yeah, no, I should Final Gambit the Tyranitar. I Earth Powered and I Final Gambit. Because even if they protect, that means that I take the trade and I have my own Tyranitar, and Terra Flying Tyranitar with Assault Vest should easily live a Golden Go attack. We know it's not Scarf Golden Go, or if it's Scarf, it locks himself into Protect, so they lose anyway. But yeah, now I just click Earth Power Knockoff, and with the Sand Special Defense boost, yeah, there's no chance like I'm going down to the Make It Rain without like a Specs boost. And I still have one more turn of Tailwind, so I get an Earth Power into Golden Go before I can move. So we go Tyranitar, we click Knockoff plus Earth Power, and that will seal up the win. Yeah. To make sure, yep, one more turn of Tailwind, we Earth Power the Golden Go, and we click Knockoff into the Golden Go. So nice. Pretty strong here. Even if they get double protect, they can't win. Knockoff just cleans up the gold. What item were you? I guess we'll find out. You were Life Orb. Okay. Yeah. Even if they were Life Orb and they got the double protect, again, I Terra Flying the Tyranitar with Assault Vest. I live Make It Rain. Probably I live Make It Rain crit even. And then Knockoff just OHKOs the Golden Go. So yeah, there wasn't much they could do. I don't even know Make It Rain kills the Ursaluna. Maybe it does because it's Life Orb and this is no bulk Ursaluna. But yeah, there wasn't really much they could do. So a beautiful start. Beautiful start. All right. Doing pretty well here. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing for the series. I don't think I'm going to be live commentating like all my matches. I don't even know if I'm playing all my matches. I might even stream some because I haven't decided yet. But ooh, we got a 1606, which okay, our highest rating so far, and they got Heart Trick Room. Okay. I like this. I like it. I like the Annihilate Bleed, and I like the Ursaluna pretty much here. I want in the back. I think we always bring Tyranitar and Volcarona? Question mark? Maybe Indeedee as well. I like Annihilate plus Ursaluna because we can taunt and we can go for Hyper Voice for some really strong damage output. I think Tyranitar is always broad. I guess I could bring Sneasler, but I don't know. Because having Mons with Protect would be nice here. Like having 3 Mons with Protect would make it easier to pivot, but Volcarona might be useful. It might be Sneasler though. Because even though Indeedee has Protect, of course, like not exactly the best Mon to really protect on. So yeah, I think this 4 is fine. If I can deny Trick Room, that's amazing, but I just don't think that will be the case. But we'll see what they lead here. I'll just go for Taunt Hyper Voice turn 1 probably. Like against Smeargle Hatterene, yeah. Like this is pretty safe of a lead. They have to follow me. I'm gonna go for Taunt into the Smeargle and just Hyper Voice and get some pretty strong damage output. If they decide to Expanding Force turn 1, amazing play by them, and switch out into Indeedee, I don't think that's gonna be the case. They can take out my Ursa, I suppose, but that's okay. I don't think they would though, because I could just Final Gambit mind game the at. So yeah, it's not exactly an easy lead. They have to get a turn right here. Like I have so many mind games because of this ape, and I'm not like too scared to Smeargle right now. They do go for the follow me play, so that's what I expect. This is probably follow me Trick Room. So a super ideal turn potentially for me. Yeah, really good damage. Now the hatch should be in Rock Slide range. Go for Trick Room. Perfect. Do I want to Terra my Annihilate? Because they're going to Expanding Force switch to Indeedee. So my plays are Protect Ursaluna, go for a Tyranitar switch, but I don't know if that's good. I think I do want a Terra Fairy. Go for the Rage Fist into the Hatterene and Protect. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. They're going to retreat Smeargle. This should be Indeedee for the Psychic Terrain. I'm pretty sure Annihilate will easily live in Expanding Force. Oh, Ursaluna came in. Oh, I thought they were... Is this Dazzling Gleam then? I was really a free switch to Ursaluna is smart by them. I really wish I clicked Blood Moon now. Blood Moon would have been really good. All right. Playing against this is going to be tough, but we'll see. Okay, we protect our Ursaluna. It is Gleam. Okay. All right. I do get the hat knockout, which is nice. So that's 1 Mon down. If I ever switch into Tyranitar, I can catch the Smeargle. But yeah, this is going to be tough now. Yeah, I wish I just went for an offense, but I was not risking the Indeedee swap. I wonder what the last Mon is. Maybe it's Torkoal and they didn't bring Indeedee, which makes sense. It is Torkoal, yeah. So they didn't bring it. Oh, man. All right. I don't know what they're clicking. They're clicking Eruption for sure, right? If I stall out these Trick Room turns, I think I'm in a good spot with Ursa. The question is, can I stall out these Trick Room turns? I think so, but it's going to be tough. I think I want to go out. I think I double swap here. Into Sneasler, into Tyranitar. So we prevent the sun. So the sun is no longer a factor. I'm curious if Sneasler can live in Eruption from the Torkoal. Because if we do, that would be really nice. And if they ever want to switch back for the sun, the Smeargle goes down. Because it's down to its sash and it'll go down to sand. I'm curious if the Ursaluna will attack too. Okay, they go for Terra, so this might be Terra Fire. Yeah. This might not be good. Maybe I should sack the ape. Okay, it's Eruption. Probably Headlong Rush too, I imagine. Yeah, Sneasler got blown up. Oh no. Maybe it was Volcarona instead, because Volcarona would have pivoted that better, but I thought I could have the protect option. Yeah, they Headlong Rush. Okay, Tyranitar going down. I can win this, but it's like really unlikely. Actually, is it that unlikely? No, it's possible. Okay, yeah, it's possible. It is possible. So we go out into Ape, we go out into Blood Moon. I need a double protect with Blood Moon. That is my out here. There's only 2 turns of Trick Room. So I go for a close combat into the Ursa and I go for Protect. I am forced to go for Protect here. The thing is, I think they have a guaranteed out too. Oh wait, no they don't, because of the Sand. The Sand is actually clutch here, because if they want to double out a Smeargle, they can't really do that. But I still think I'm probably in the losing spot. Okay. Because Eruption's gonna KO my Ape. Yeah, I needed Volk. I think I needed Volk, because if I catch like which slot that the Ursaluna targets, at least I have a chance, because I think Volcarona would live a Terrifier Eruption out of Sun, and then I'd be able to bring up Volk. I'd probably live one, and then like if I draw the Headlong Rush into that slot, Tyranitar is still around to stall out a turn of Tail Trick Room, which I think is pretty valuable. But I mean, I do have a chance with double protect here. I do think they probably just switch out Torkoal though into Smeargle to get the Sun set up again, and I'd lose off that anyway. Oh, they didn't, but unfortunately I didn't get the double protect. I think actually if I get the double protect, I think they win. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go Smeargle. The reason I'm surprised is because if I guess like they could still protect the Ursaluna, sack the Smeargle, and still bring out Torkoal again, so I guess that still makes sense. But if I get the double protect there, if I Hyper Voice, they have to sack Smeargle or they take the damage on Torkoal. If they stay in with Torkoal, the Eruption's not KOing me anymore, and I'm pretty sure the Hyper Voice might just blow up the Ursaluna, because it was like -1 speed def and it's taking burn damage, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I feel like maybe if I had Terra Normal I could guarantee it, but yeah. Unfortunately, it was I read the Indeedee and the Indeedee wasn't brought. The Indeedee wasn't brought, so I needed to go more aggressive then if that was the case. Because if I punish the Ursaluna coming in, I think like the game is completely different. But yeah, I should have probably thought more about like what they have in the back. And Torkoal makes sense with the Ursaluna. Like I knew they were bringing Ursaluna 100%, but I wasn't sure if they brought Torkoal. But Torkoal does make sense, so probably should have brought it. But yeah. Could have hard committed there, but did not, unfortunately. All right. Dragonite, Sneasler, Golden Go, Incineroar, Moongus, Ursaluna. Okay, pretty standard core. Should be Desolvis, Blood Moon, Ursaluna. What am I going against this? Indeedee Sneasler is really good here. Or Indeedee in general is just really good here. I like Indeedee plus... I don't like Ape because I don't really need Ape too much. My own Blood Moon's okay. It's not necessary to win. Is it Indeedee Tyranitar? I don't think it is. Actually, it might be because I get to break Sash and multi-skill on the Dragonite. I think that's worth actually. Bring the Volcarona and the Sneasler in the back. Yeah. Let's see what they decide to go for here. Because it's going to be a mind game, I think, on Terrestrialization with Tyranitar lead if they lead Sneasler. Oh, they let Ursaluna and Moongus, so this is actually pretty decent for me. Okay. Because I lead into the Tyranitar. And I threaten some big damage with Expanding Force. Yeah, I don't hate this spot. I think the only way they can knock out any is Blood Moon, and Earth Power is no shot knocking out Tyranitar, so I can just stay in and attack. I think our play is just to Expanding Force. Is it low kick though? Because they might not Terra to Ursaluna. They might like protect Amoonguss. They could also Terra Water the Amoonguss, so it's kind of a mind game turn one. But yeah, they went for the protect play. So if I get the Expanding Force low kick knockout, that's huge for me. So I do get that play right. Okay, awesome. Good damage to Ursa, and low kick does a KO. It does. Perfect turn one. Perfect turn one. Ursaluna goes down and they don't get much of an advantage. Also, was that a Assault Vest? I mean, I guess like it looked like a Assault Vest no bulk potentially, because it just didn't really take the Expanding Force well. I mean, it took it well for like considering it's a Blood Moon Ursaluna, and the Expanding Force from Indeedee is pretty strong, but like I don't know about that one. It's leftovers Amoonguss, so I don't have to worry about Citrus Berry, which is nice. Sneasler comes in. This is just a safe Expanding Force into the slot, and I think I go Volcarona. Or do I just Terra? Which Dragonite back? Actually, this might be just go into Sneasler. I don't hate going into Sneasler. Yeah, I don't mind going to Sneasler. I want Volcarona and Tyranitar because Volcarona is good against the Golden Gull, while the Tyranitar is good against the Dragonite, so I think Sneasler is at the perfect mid ground because I still switch into close combat regardless. But yeah, we're gonna see a Terastization come out from the Amoonguss. No, it's the Sneasler. Okay. Stellar Terra. What did they go for that they need Stellar Terra on the thing? Because Expanding Force is about to blow them up. It might not KO Amoonguss, but still. Okay, no, I KO Amoonguss. Sash is active, but they're going down to Sand, and I think they guarantee lose no matter what they have because I don't see how they win this. They Throat Chop my Indeedee. You don't need Stellar Terra for that, but okay. Sure. I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, so goodbye, Sneasler. Goodbye, Sneasler. Don't have to worry about you. And what am I going here? I think I go out into Tyranitar. Yeah, I'm going Tyranitar. It is Dragonite back. I'm not surprised about this. I don't need Volcarona anymore, but I'm just going to Terra Fly into Tyranitar, Dire Claw knockoff, get rid of your item, and then that should seal the game. I'm gonna be forfeit. Yeah, there's like nothing they can do in that situation. So I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. That's just how it goes sometimes. Like, I got a hard read turn one, right? They had to try and probably just protect the Amoonguss and KO my thing, but they could have also went for Terra Water with their Amoonguss if they had it. So I mean, it's just one of those games where we're calling Terastization or we're calling Protect the targets, and I just got them right. Like, I feel like that's been a lot of our turn ones with this team, but that is also like the big thing about Indeedee Sneasler is it puts on so much offensive pressure that's like not surprising that this combination is like this. So yeah, okay. We got Cole with, oh boy, okay, now this is a GC team. Did they beat Tyranitar? There's got to be a fighting move somewhere. I mean, there's our Chaladon, but I don't know if that's good enough. If I'm bringing Volcarona plus the Tyranitar, because I don't see how they break through this lead that well. Yeah, I don't think they break through this lead that well. I think I bring Final Gambit Ape and Blood Moon. Because I don't need Sneasler, I think, in the back, and Indeedee is kind of whatever. Yeah. Because I'll just try to isolate everything around our Chaladon. And if I isolate everything around our Chaladon, I think it's safe. Because I can just Rage Powder any of the attacks from like the fighting coverage, and then I could Struggle Bug the rest. So I think that's fine. Armorage plus the Ursaluna is interesting. Okay. Versus Volcarona and Tyranitar. This is either Zoroark or they protecting the Ursaluna. I'm just gonna go for the knockoff into the Armourouge and Struggle Bug. Is this some like Zoroark weakness policy activation on Armourouge? I think with the sand and the special defense, I'll be fine against that. They could attack my Tyranitar aggressively turn 1, but I just don't think that's likely. And if they do, like if I get rid of Armourouge, that's still a pretty decent win here, I think. Because they can only knock out Tyranitar with Headlong Rush. And then they'll take this Pedef drop. But let's see. You see Terrazzization. If it's Armourouge, it might be Terra Grass, so Struggle Bug and the knockoff might KO. Yeah. Yeah. You can't overheat because of Flash Fire. Yeah, I knew it was some cheese like this. Okay. I mean, if they go Indeedee, I get the Armourouge for not much. So we know Zoroarks and Ursaluna are there. So this has to be Indeedee, right? Weakness policy, the weak armor. Yep. Classic. I don't think Aura Spear KOs. Like, I really don't think it does. You go into their own Ursaluna, sure. Expanding Force to Volk. Does this KO without terrain? It doesn't. So I even get my Volcarona to get a Struggle Bug off for some decent damage, and I get a knockoff KO into the Armourouge. Yeah. Unless this KOs, but I don't think it does. Yeah, no shot. 3 damage in Ursaluna and a knockoff in the Armourouge. So yeah, they had to use their Terra for that, and I don't think that was a great decision. In fact, you might even call it a terrible decision. Okay, I should stop. I mean, I've been recording the GC basically straight for like an hour and a half. I took like a quick water break. But yeah, sometimes I get corny towards this, especially when there are some games that just end on turn 1, like a lot of them have been. Indeedee comes in. They didn't bring our Chaladon, so I'm pretty sure I just win straight up at this point. What's my back? It's Annihilate plus Ursaluna. Yeah, I think I'm fine. We're gonna go for knockoff with Terra Flying and Struggle Bug. Because that should KO the Indeedee, and we also dodge the attack from the Ursaluna. They go for a ground type move, so they also have to go for Facade correctly, or they have to go for the ground type move. I get a Struggle Bug off. Wait, do I KO Indeedee? I might not. Knockoff because it's Psychic Seed. Oh, wait. The fact that I lived is bad. Oh, wait. They Psychic, though. That's fine. Yeah, Volk lives. And they went for Earthquake, too. Okay, so it didn't really matter too much. I should have thought about the Psychic Seed part. Maybe I had to risk Overheat there. But yeah, I still think I'm fine. Like, I don't see how they come back from this. As we go out into our Ursaluna, and we click knockoff into the Zoroark, and we click Blood Moon into their Ursaluna, and I just don't think they can win. Yeah, because like we could double the Zoroark, but if the Zoroark has Protect for some reason, I'd lose. Assuming Zoroark's in. Could be Scarf, but like they can't do anything. Do they trick? Do they trick the Ursaluna? So they have like trick, choice Scarf. I mean, it doesn't matter because then the Ursaluna is locked into an attack, and they like maybe it's Facade, but they can only target one mon, and I get the knockout response. Oh, they have Icy. Okay, wait, hold on. Maybe they have something. I still think they lose regardless, but this works. Oh, Ursaluna is still slower. It's still slower than my Tyranitar. Okay, I mean it makes sense. It's probably min speed Ursaluna, but that's just funny. Choice Scarf. Blood Moon. Wait, I'm faster for both mons. Yeah. Like, let's say, what does Ursaluna do? If it Facades a T-Tar, Ursaluna goes down. I win the game with my own Ursaluna plus Ape. Actually, can I even win with Ape? I don't have an attack that hits it, right? Because I have Rage Fist Close Combat. I think I should have doubled up the what's it called? The Zoroark, now that I think about it. I think I should have doubled up the Zoroark because I knew it was probably Choice Scarf. Like, there was no way I think it wasn't a Choice Scarf Zoroark. And the fact that I had a close combat to guarantee the end game against Ursaluna. Like, yeah, I should have always targeted the thing, but yeah. I'll play one more. Play one more. Why not? Why not? I'm not even, again, I don't know if I'm gonna record more for the bonus channel, but if you haven't subscribed to the bonus channel, I highly recommend checking that out. I could also be maybe streaming the rest after if I feel like it. So which probably already happened, so you could still watch all my games somehow. I might not even play the rest. I don't even know. Like, I just don't know. We see Glamora, Archaludon, Kilowattrel with Ninetales and Cinnamoromungus. This does not beat Indeedee Sneasler, I'm pretty sure. With Tyranitar and Volcarona. At least I don't think it does. I think like the combo's pretty good here. Annihilate is not really necessary at all unless I really want to Final Gambit the Archaludon, and Ursaluna is like can put in work, but it's really not necessary to. They also have like 2 fast mons, so I want to bring the fast mode to threaten it. Kilowattrel could be scary, I suppose, but I'm pretty sure that I could just blow it up with Dire Claw Expanding Force. But I guess I gotta watch out for a potential instant bait. There's also the Terra Water Amoonguss that they could go for. So I mean, there are like outs that they do have. So always gotta respect. But the thing is, I feel Indeedee Sneasler just puts on so much offensive pressure against them, and I mean so much offensive pressure. All right, let's see how this goes. That's Glamora and Kilowattrel. Yeah, this is fine. As long as it's not Terra Dark on the Kilowattrel, I get Expanding Force Dire Claw off, and I don't see much that they can do here. Maybe Protect and Meteor Beam if they have it, but even then. I Dire Claw and Expanding Force. There's no reason not to. Expanding Force and Dire Claw. If they switch on Archaludon to get a stamina boost, if they even have stamina, because it could be like Icicle Spear, Ninetales, I suppose, with stamina Archaludon, then I don't want to go for Throat Chop to potentially give them. I mean, Throat Chop covers like if it's Terra Steel, it doesn't really cover it, right? Because I'm pretty sure that Kilowattrel might live Throat Chop into Expanding Force. Actually, maybe not. I know Kilowattrel's frail. It is a very frail Pokemon, so I don't know. I think they're most likely Terragosto, and I'm just going to Dire Claw plus Expanding Force. Also, if they're Scarf, it's just better to go for Dire Claw anyway. We see the retreat here from the Glamora into Incineroar. Okay. That makes sense. Do they protect, or is Kilowattrel going down turn 1? Nope. Kilowattrel going down turn 1. Yeah. Not Scarf Kilowattrel, which is not too surprising. I get the Expanding Force off. Goodbye the Kilowattrel. Pretty nice turn 1. And that's the thing. This lead threatens so much offensive pressure against a lot of the meta. Let's see what they decide to go for next. That's Glamora. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Spiky Shield. Pretty sure my play is to go Tyranitar. Yeah. Tyranitar and go for a close combat into the instant sounds good to me. Oh, they're gonna forfeit. They're gonna forfeit. Yeah, that's like a pretty rough turn 1. I don't know if the Kilowattrel specs or anything, but yeah, that's like a pretty rough turn 1. Maybe they were just hoping that I wasn't Sash and they were able to get like Tailwind or an attack off, but not much they could do in that situation. All right, I think we played 13 games. I'll play all 15, I suppose, for day 1, even though I'm technically am higher, or not higher, but like can play 30 games. But yeah. All right, we see an Alolan Ninetales, Porygon 2, Golden Go, Rillaboom, the Primarina, and Volcarona. What do I want to go against this team? I would like Tyranitar probably. I guess, yeah, Tyranitar is really good against their team, especially with knockoff. Do I bring Volcarona Blood Moon as the lead? I don't think so. Volcarona is really good against their team. Strugglebug is really hard for them to stop. So I like Volcarona lead. Is it Volcarona Tyranitar? It might be. I think. Either Volcarona, T-Tar, Volcarona, Annihilate, I think. I kind of like the Volcarona Annihilate lead with Tyranitar Sneasler in the back. Ursaluna is also good against him. Indeedee is also pretty good. I don't know. I just feel like I have so many different options where all the mons seem good and I don't know which combination's the best into them. But I think this is because I like Annihilate denying like any strat they have. Like Rillaboom Primarina is an interesting one here, but I think that's okay here. Volcarona Annihilate. Because I can just Struggle Bug here and Final Gambit the Primarina. I don't mind going for the Final Gambit train in the Primarina because that mon is probably one of the more annoying ones for Tyranitar. But yeah, I'm going to Struggle Bug for sure. I guess I could also go Sneasler, but if they fake out the Volcarona, I want pressure with Final Gambit. They could Grassy Glide too. I think that's fine if they do. Could go Sneasler because you know what? No, Sneasler might be better. I'm gonna Sneasler Struggle Bug. I don't think they fake out the Volk. I think they are gonna Grassy Glide to the Annihilate. Well, they did not. I get a Struggle Bug off. Okay. So I get the special attack drop on the Primarina and I get some good damage on the Rillaboom. So that's a solid start. Oh, Pledge. I completely forgot they could run Pledge. This is a grass type Pledge. Ah, this Final Gambit would have been great, but like, that did so much. All right. That's fine though. Oh, it's Life or Prim. That makes sense. I don't know. Do I really care about this? They still have a really tough time with Struggle Bug Volk. So we're at 25% speed right now. I could just Tailwind, but I don't know if my Sneasler will be faster. I think I should just Tailwind though. Actually, no, I should Struggle Bug again. I'm going to Struggle Bug and just go for Dire Claw. Because if they take the knock on Sneasler, that's fine, I think. Or I should just Protect. No, because I think they should respect the Volcarona too. Oh, they have high horsepower. Should have protected. Should have protected. Hyper Voice. That is so much damage. I am disrespecting Primarina apparently a lot because I did not expect him to do that much damage. Okay. Can I still win? Yeah, absolutely. But this became a lot more complicated. I think I have to go Annihilate because if I force Tyranitar in and force a Terra, I don't think it's a good situation. Do I have to Terra Grass my Volcarona? I might. I'm worried if they double 8 with Woodhammer plus Moonblast, but there's not much I can do here, I think. I think I gotta get the Tailwind up, and I think I will go for the Rage Fist. Into the Prim. Oh, is this P2? Oh, Golden Go. Okay. Hey, that's still not like awful. Oh, it's Grassy Seed on the gold. Look, is this a bad position? Absolutely. Is this winnable? Absolutely. Because they are going to start running out of these turns, but oh man, this is not looking too hot. They do Woodhammer. Okay. A lot of damage. As we get the Tailwind up. I don't know, maybe I could still win if my Volcarona is decently fast here. Get good damage into Golden Go. Unfortunately, the Rillaboom's still faster, and the gold is still faster because of Pledge. Okay. pledge is about to wear off. I think they're going to tear it a gold and go. Unless... No, gold doesn't knock out the Volcarona at this range. I go for Struggle Bug and I go for a Rage Fist, I think, into the gold. Because I can't switch in Tyranitar and Grassy Glide, make it rain. Okay, retreat the gold. So what's coming out? Porygon 2? Yeah, okay. I can win, but I need a lot of luck probably. At least they don't have the defense boost anymore for a knockoff later, but... I can win, but I need a lot of luck in the P2 probably. Pokeball, KO Dorilla, yeah. Wasn't expecting a pledge. I should have thought about that, but... it's just sad because if I just Final Gambit turn 1, the Instinct is a really good turn. But unfortunately, I didn't go for it. If I Final Gambit and Struggle Bug, I think I'm in such a good spot. Bring out Tyranitar. As I bring up Prim. Time for some RNG. Rock Slide and Struggle Bug. They gave me the damage in a Prim, which is nice because I get the guaranteed special attack drop. I need double flinch probably, or at least a flinch on P2. Okay, we hit the Rock Slide. We get a Moonblast off. Doesn't do anything to T-Tar. T-Tar is eating that actually. Okay, wait, hold up. Maybe we have something. Maybe we have something. Oh, I think we have something, maybe. Grassy Terrain disappears from the battlefield. That's fine. We're going to Struggle Bug again, and we're going to go for Knockoff. They're probably protecting Primarina. They don't protect Primarina. I think it's still okay, because I get 2 Struggle Bugs off. And then we get a Knockoff into P2. Get rid of the item. Wait, they have Terra available, right? Why haven't they Terra? This could be Terra fighting P2. Oh, no. Wait, they should have Terra fighting the P2 the last turn, though. Is it not Terrifying P2? It might be like... Yeah, they do protect. Surprised there's no Terra. Struggle Bug coming out. I could go for the flinch again, but I'd rather knock off the Violet for consistency. I get the knockoff. P2's low. Kirkham goes up, but I actually don't think this is an awful position. Unless Gold Make It Rain beats me here, but I don't think it does. It's close. Tailwind Peter's out. It doesn't matter. I think we overheat Rock Slide. Is this P2 just... It might be Terra Ground P2. That's probably why they're not going for it, actually. Because it's probably Terra Ground P2. If it's Terra Ground P2, I should have probably Rock Slide Rage Powdered, right? There's no way you don't Terra the P2. No, they would have Terra'd already. Wait, what? Here's the thing. I feel like you should have Terra'd the P2 ages ago. Wait, they do Terra now. Oh my god, they actually go for Terra Ground. No. I should have Rage Powdered. I should have Rage Powdered Rock Slide. I was trying to catch a recover. Yeah, and they get the attack boost. It's GG. I think, like... Here's the thing. The back of my instincts... Yeah, I think I lose here. Wait, do I live this? No. If I lived a Moonblast, I did win. Also, I'm kind of surprised it wasn't Hyper Voice. But yeah. Overheat into the P2. Because, I was expecting recover. The Terra Ground made sense. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for Terra Ground earlier, though. Because they would have resisted a Rock Slide, which was doing more damage. Okay, I do lose here, unless for some reason I live Moonblast to make it rain single tire, which I just can't see. They don't know my full moveset, I suppose. They don't know that I haven't gone for Rage Powder, so maybe they read a Protect and they Nasty Plot with Gold for some reason. But they should always just go for a Moonblast plus Make It Rain. Crim goes down. But yeah, like there's no chance I live the Gold attack unless they throw in Nasty Plot for some reason. Look, I tell you about like how these reads can interact, man. I tell you. Like if I Rage Powdered and Rock Slide, I think I just won the game straight up because I'm pretty sure the T-Tar would have let them Make It Rain. I'm telling you, this is pretty common, I feel like, in this with this kind of team. But you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. I got a lot of calls wrong, and you know what? My opponent got the really big turn wrong, which was the end. Again, this game could have been completely flipped if I just went 40. Final game in turn 1, but that's how it goes sometimes in this game. That's how it goes sometimes. We'll play one more. We'll play one more. I don't know what our record was. I feel like we're 12-2 right now. Maybe we're 11-3. I can't remember. I think we're 12-2 probably. Oh, this is Francesco Pardini. Okay. Indeedee Sneasler, Talonflame with the Blood Moon Ursaluna Archaludon Dragonite. Okay, interesting team. Cool team. I like Volcarona T-Tar a lot as a lead because I can match Tailwind. I have the Rock Slide pressure. Seems pretty solid here. In the back, I'm thinking Indeedee lead or Indeedee back because I think Indeedee is good with Sneasler because I think it's a lot about Tailwind offense capabilities. I don't really like my own Blood Moon too much because it gets overwhelmed by stuff. The Ape is not really that great here. I think it's just a fast mode here. I'm kind of curious on how this is going to go because there's quite a few things that could happen here. One is like, okay, I can go out, for instance, turn 1, I could go out into my Indeedee and could get a pretty good turn off that, but we'll see. Yeah, there's like a lot of mind games involved. There's also the Dragonite, which is scary for the team because I'm not bringing any Scale Shot immunes or switch-ins. I'm kind of curious on what they go for. I feel like Talonflame's definitely broad. I just don't know what the partner is. Maybe Talonflame Sneasler. There's no way you lead Talonflame Indeedee. There's no way. Well, that shouldn't be a lead either because you negate your Gale Wing. So curious on what they lead here. Be Talonflame always though. Oh, they let Indeedee Sneasler. That's interesting. Okay. Versus Volcarona Tyranitar. Sure. Okay. I get the Sand Stream up. We have Mind Games on Mind Games galore. I never Terra to Volcarona. I definitely always Tailwind. I think they're gonna Dire Claw. I think they're gonna Dire Claw Expanding Force my Volk. I don't think they ever CC. I really don't. Because I feel like the Terrifying Terra Blast is obvious. There's a Rage Powder involved. I think I'm just gonna knock off the Indeedee turn 1 and Tailwind. They do Dire Claw. Oh, they read my Terra. A crit. Okay, no secondary effect. Oh, it's not Scarf. I got Tailwind up, which is huge because I got a knockoff. All right, what item are you? Sash? That's Sash. Okay, it's going down this turn. Fanny Force? Yeah, they tried to cover for Terra. Like, I thought they would cover for the Terra, as I mentioned before. I had Terra flying, and I had Rage Powder potential. So this works out beautifully for me. That's such a huge turn. Awesome. Okay. So we break the Indeedee down because its Sash is out with the sand and the Sneasler is taking chip. All right, who's coming out next? I just Rage Powder Rock Slide, right? Or I knock off the Dragonite. That's also a play. The Tailwind up is massive. If they go Talonflame, I will just click Rock Slide Rage Powder. All right, so huge turn one for us. Huge turn one. But yeah, again, a lot of turn one Terra mind games. Ursaluna coming in, okay. Interesting. I feel like it's not our Chaladon at this point, so I feel like I just go for the overheat into the Ursaluna. I need Terra. I might just low kick as well. Because Dire Claw doesn't KO Volcarona. I feel like if I get any damage in Ursaluna, then they're putting Expanding Force. Oh my god, did he actually attack with the... Oh. I don't know if this KOs actually, because the overheat did less than I expected. That's probably a Soul Vest. Does this KO? Oh no, it does. I didn't expect the Sneasler to guarantee to protect there. I was just like, okay, if I get any damage on Ursaluna, then I could go for Expanding Force pin, plus like close combat and a Sneasler to cover for a Terra Dark, and then I would have been in a fine spot. Because I was like, there's no way you brought Talon as the last mon. And yeah, wait, they did bring Talon in the last mon. Okay, no, they just lose here. They just absolutely lose here. We Rage Powder and we Rock Slide. Okay. Unless they're Terra Grass Sneasler or Protect Talon. Okay, they're gonna Terra, so they're gonna Terra to Talon, I assume. Yeah, that makes sense. Grass Terra doesn't change anything? No. They're gonna Tailwind, right? Because we get a Rage Powder. I should have thought about Terra on the Talon. I should have just Flying Terra Blast to Sneasler. That was definitely a mistake on my part. Dire Claw. Actually KOs. Ooh, I get the Flame Body though. Yeah, that's like pretty bad for them. Can I guarantee this? Or can I guarantee this? If I miss a Talon, that's not a guarantee. Okay, it's just a Sneasler. That's fine. All right, let me think about this. I really don't want to throw after like the amazing 2 turns that I had here. It's just Sneasler, right? I think it's just Sneasler and Terra Dark. I think so. I think I double up the Talon because it's unlikely I think Talon has Protect. If they do in a close combat, it could get ugly, but I think I'd still have a good chance of winning even if that does happen. Oh, wait. Because I'm doing the Terra Dark to cover the Brave Bird. Oh boy, maybe I don't guarantee win with the Terra Dark. Maybe the Terra Dark is a bad play. Let's see. A Dire Claw to Sneasler. Okay. Oh, I'm faster than Talon. Okay, so it's not max speed Talon. Oh no, wait, no, I had Tailwind matching. No, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I should have just Dire Clawed regular. Okay. I had Tailwind up and I forgot about the speed boost then. So yeah, like I would have had the guarantee lock, but assuming it wasn't Protect. The Terra Dark was dumb on my part because the Talon was underspeeding my Sneasler because I forgot I still had Tailwind up because I thought my Tailwind expired, but it didn't. It expires this turn, yeah. Because I thought they were faster than me. But yeah, now I guarantee win here by going for close combat into a... I still have Indeedee back. Western of Sand. Yeah, no, I just close combat and knock off twice. Yeah. I can't believe I played that bad in the late game. I played really bad in the late game, but at least I had a really good start. That just put me in such a good advantage. Because like I had a feeling that they would complicate the Tyranitar situation, the Terra. Because again... Rage Powder, Terra Flying, those are pretty obvious answers. I'm just going to stay in and risk it because I feel like I had room to go for it and got into their head. Then turn 2, I didn't expect the Sneasler to Protect realistically, but I knew if I got damage on Ursaluna, I had a really good pin situation set up. So that's what I went for. They protect the Sneasler, so like I wasn't even ready to protect on Sneasler. I was just like, okay, give me the damage on the Blood Moon because I feel like I have a good pin situation after. and they protected, so it ended up being best case. Turn 3 I messed up by going for the knockoff, which was or going for the rock slide. I should have Terra Flying Terra Blast in that situation, because if I get the Terra Flying Terra Blast off, I think I win the game. But yeah, that was and then turn 4, like turn 3 and turn 4 are ugly, because why did I Terra Dark in that situation? Again, I thought Tailwind expired, and I thought like Braver could come out because I thought the talent outsped. But yeah, did play ugly, but luckily the first 2 turns just were so big. So not bad, not bad. This was our GC start. I think it was 13-2. Again, I don't know if I'm streaming or the rest will be recorded on the bonus channel, or maybe I don't play the rest. Those are all possibilities. So I will let y'all know. I think it's very likely I play my last 15 games at least on the bonus channel, but or at least 15 games on the bonus channel. So if you haven't already, you could go check out the bonus channel, which will be linked in the description down below. And yeah, this was kind of weird because I just played like, I guess 15 games in a row, like from start. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. We used a pretty fun team and it was able to showcase how strong it was. And yeah, don't know how I'm gonna do Regulation H content, but we got a lot of cool content coming up, so should be a good one. And yeah, I don't know what I'll finish, but maybe I'll make a post, maybe I won't. I think it just depends on if I do well or not, because again, I didn't plan on playing this really the grand challenge anyway, so we'll see how it goes. But I'll catch you all next time. Subscribe to the channel for more content as always, and we'll see how it goes.